So now we wait. I do really believe that the New Brunswick Ombudsman is the answer. Um, a lot of people think different. I have received a lot of messages and people who feel that that office had failed them. And all I can say is I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see what they do with this information before I form my conclusion. I am a fact finder, and the more information I get, my conclusions can change because I will never be steadfast in any one thought process. Like, I think anybody who is not open minded is not as intelligent as they may seem. I feel to be open minded and to have emotional intelligence is the definition of being an intellect. And why wouldn't you? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me why somebody would be saying that what I am saying is false, but they're the ones that are abusing the process, right? Like, I'm not the enemy in this. And I asked my fellow New Brunswickers, and I asked Tim Peterson, I asked Michael Hallett, I asked Kathy Bent, I asked Dino Chicalone, what was I supposed to do? Was I really supposed to hold information back from the New Brunswick Ombudsman? Was I really supposed to do that? Like, I can't. I couldn't. I can't. Like, even now, knowing that I've lost everything, like I've lost my home, I lost my vehicle, um, and knowing all of that, I haven't lost my integrity. Okay. And that's something that my mom gave me. And that's something that I will cherish. And nowhere in this terrible process um, can anybody take that away from me. Um, I'm always going to do the right thing. So moving forward, as in some of my previous videos, if you have been following my story, I did come hard out at the Liberal governments here. My own personal rep, Francine Laundrie, is my MLA. I come hard at her. I come hard at Susan Holt because they were a minority government and I had reached out to them for help. And Jean-Claude Demore and I had a wonderful conversation. And I had hoped that the Liberal government was going to do something, right? And of course they didn't. Um, and then more and more, once I started talking about my journey through the abusive process and doing what is right, because that's what I did, more and more people kept coming to me with different issues. Like, there's issues in long term care, there's issues within the human rights department, there's like all of these different issues people kept coming to me with. And the common theme was I've reached out to everybody. And that's why the Social Justice Party of New Brunswick was created. It was created because I believe in social justice. I believe everybody has a right. I believe in human rights. I believe in indigenous rights. Like, I believe in judicial rights and judicial fairness and transparency. I believe accountability equals change behavior. This is something that I've instilled in my son, and this isn't something that I will never compromise on. So now moving forward, because like I said, I am a decision maker, I'm a fact finder. And I had reached out, like I said, to the Liberal Party, but they were minority, so they really didn't have a lot of pull. And although Liberals are not my favorite people, um, or I wouldn't even say not my favorite people. Like, I don't agree politically, I guess, with a lot of the things that the Liberal government stands for. I will always believe parents need to be part of conversations with their minor children. Um, and I don't believe you should tax people into poverty. Like, these are the things that I really disagree with. And a lot of people, Susan Holt has given a lot of people here in New Brunswick hope. Um, a lot of people have reached out to me and say, she wants change. She wants change. Please trust her. Just trust her. So I'm like, yeah, you're right. I'm not going to trust her, but I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt because before she was a minority government and now she's majority, and basically can do whatever the hell she wants to do. Um, but I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt because not because of my personal opinion on her, but because of New Brunswickers' personal opinion on her. If the majority of New Brunswickers believe in her, then maybe I should give her a fair shake, right? So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to log off here at the end of this podcast, and I'm going to send everything that I sent to Blaine Higgs, everything that I sent to Jean-Claude Demore and Francine Laundrie about WorkSafe New Brunswick and about the abusive process, everything that I sent to Blaine Higgs, and I requested a sit down with Blaine Higgs. That's what I'm going to do with Susan Holt. And I know there's a lot of people who was invested in this, and a lot of people's going to be heartbroken if she ignores this. I personally think she probably will, but because I'm trying to gain trust in New Brunswickers, I don't want you just to believe and take my word for it. And I want nothing more in this world is for Susan Holt to prove me wrong. I would love to be able to give you an update next week and say, guys, I was 100% wrong about Susan Holt. That's what I want. I would love to be able to say I was wrong. And I think she would like to be able to say I was wrong versus me being saying I was right. She doesn't care. So let's give her a chance. We're going to send everything to her and we're going to see what she does with it. And if she cares about fairness, and if she cares about public trust, and if she cares about transparency, and if she cares about disabled and injured workers, if she cares about our government integrity, then she'll respond to me and we'll have a sit down. So, Susan, everybody now knows about my invitation to you. I'm not only going to say it, but when I do send it to you, I will be letting everybody know. I'll take screenshots of it and I will post that and add that in a separate video so everybody can see what I'm saying is true. Because when people are saying that I'm lying and what I am saying is not true, that is actually defamatory. And the fact that I have lost friendships with coworkers based on defamatory statements made by WorkSafe New Brunswick, that is actionable. And I really, really hope that Susan Holt is the leader that all the people who voted for her think she is. And I'm going to give her a shot and I'm going to update you guys. And I know there's a lot of injured workers and a lot of employers out there who's very, very frustrated with the system, but believe in her. So I guess she's either going to be proven wrong or I'm going to be proven wrong. Either she's going to be a person who cares or I'm going to be wrong for saying that she is a person who doesn't care. And I really hope, like I said, that I can be the person coming out and saying I was 100% wrong about Susan Holt. And if all what happens, if her actions and the information that I am receiving lead me to believe that I was wrong about Susan Holt, I will be the first person to make that statement because that's accountability. And if she proves me wrong, and I hope she does, then hopefully the New Brunswick injured workers will get a reprise. I know since I've been speaking out with them, I have received a lot of messages from injured workers, and it's really bad. There's a lot of people who have committed suicide. There are a lot of people who are sitting in the hospitals right now who have attempted but was not successful. And how I know that I'm doing the right thing is when one of them reached out to me and said that they had attempted to take their life, and one of their nurses brought in my video talking about WorkSafe New Brunswick. And he said to me that it was my words that gave him hope, and that for the first time, he had no regret that he wasn't successful. Okay? That's what I'm doing. And to my old friends and coworkers at WorkSafe and to people who say that they support me from afar, I just want to say I hope you're never in the situation that I was in. And if you are, I hope you hold your integrity and your moral compass as your guiding direction. Um, it's been a hard blow. Like it's been a hard, like almost 2 years now. I mean, they've threatened law enforcement on me. I've lost everything, and this is why other people aren't speaking up. So I am going to put my complete faith into the ombudsman, and I am going to put my complete faith into the whole Liberal government that there's going to be some swift actions that occur, and I really hope that Susan Holt sits down and talks to me um, about the information that I have. I hope that she takes it seriously, and I hope that she understands that this issue is not going away. I'm never going to let it go. I'm never going to let it go because there's injured workers who are taking their lives, and until that stops, I'm not going to stop. So please, I'll stay posted. I'll put up some updates as I get the information. I'll be posting my all the letters and the information to support what I'm saying. I will be posting that separately in a different video. And I just hope that all my fairness fighters out there stand with me and behind me. And I'm starting a new hashtag that's Free Tanya's Information. Because that's going to prove what I'm saying is true. And I just want everybody to be very cognizant that they have been threatening law enforcement on me since last September. And they keep saying that they're going to take me to court for defamation. And like I said to them, the only the only way you can beat a defamation is if it's true. Like it has to be false information. And if you think for a second that what I'm saying isn't true, then just go back. Don't you think they wouldn't have me in front of a judge if what I was saying wasn't true? But it's true, right? Like it's true. Everything that I'm saying is true. Like they've destroyed surveillance. They're holding information back through removing identifying claim information and personal information when communicating about claim decisions. The director's wife is absolutely giving medical opinions on claim files. Canadian Health Solutions is absolutely breaching people's confidentiality and medical privacy by requesting you complete an entire claim file when they're only entitled to one part of the body that you injured, right? Or whichever part of the body that you injured. There's some really bad things that are happening at WorkSafe. And it wasn't like, I'm not the first person who identified it, folks. The Auditor General identified it in 2018. So if you don't believe me, maybe believe her, right? Like maybe believe her and understand I am only going to do what's right. I'm never, ever going to go out of my way to make something up about somebody. My heart is clear. My conscience is clear. And my integrity is intact. And I'm religious. Whether you are or not is your own prerogative. I don't judge people. That's not my job. But someday I'm going to have a conversation with the big guy. And I've said a million times that when I get to the pearly gates, we're probably going to have to talk about some things. But if you think for 1 second I'm going to be talking about why I held benefits back from injured workers or why I was complicit in that, you're absolutely wrong. I'm never going to do anything that's going to jeopardize somebody else's life. I'm never going to do that, especially when they're entitled to something. Like it goes against my deepest core, and that's just not who I am as a person. And I really hope that the ombudsman and I really hope that Susan Holt use their full authority and finds out what's really going on. And if not, then that will be addressed in my follow-up video. Moving forward, I am going to be talking about some hot topics. We're going to be talking about long-term care. We're going to be talking about abuse and manners. I have so many people and families that have reached out to me. I will be inviting some guests on my podcast, and I'm really excited for that. And we're going to be talking about senior rights. We're going to be talking about worker rights. We're going to be talking about Indigenous rights. We're going to be talking about human rights. We're fairness fighters. That's the name of my company and my employees. We are fairness fighters, and we're not going to stop until we get a fair decision. And to my growing fan base, whether you're here because you too are a fairness fighter, or whether you're just secretly wishing my demise in the back, I just want to welcome you to my podcast. This is a one-man show today because I wanted to give an update on what was going on at WorkSafe. I know a lot of people have been asking and talking about the election, and I just wanted to give everybody a heads up that we're doing good here, and we're just gonna start requesting that the new government make the changes that the Higgs government should have. And like I said, I really, really hope that my next update is saying, geez, I was wrong about Susan Holt. I highly doubt that that will be my update, but fingers crossed. I hope that the rest of New Brunswick is right about her and I am wrong. That is my hope, and I hope that I can come to say that to you sometimes in the near future. So like I said, stay tuned. Once we get up and running, there will be a certain date that my podcast is released on. Right now we're on YouTube. Spotify will probably be up and running by the end of the week. And we're going to get our word out there. And I'm really excited to welcome some guests. We have quite a guest list for our upcoming shows. And I'm excited to fight for fairness in New Brunswick. And I'm excited to get my name out there. And I'm excited that nobody else is going to have to go through what I went through alone. I think that is the absolute intent and mandate of Fairness Fighters Advocacy and Consulting Group, is when you're going through these really heavy things and you're doing the absolutely the right thing morally, ethically, and legally, and everything goes to shit, you're not going to be on your own anymore, because you're going to have fairness fighters in your background. And I hope you enjoyed the first full episode of Fairness Fighters podcast. We'll be out with an update as soon as possible, and we'll be sharing any information as we get it. Thanks, everybody. Watch what happens when the citizens unite.